Hey there, it's David. Welcome or welcome back to CrossFit Fitness, helping men and women get in the best spiritual shape in their lives, one workout at a time. Quick thought in this video that I'm calling What to Do in the Midst of a Storm. And hey, we've all been there, haven't we? We're either in one, we're coming out of one, or we're heading toward one, right? We get that. That's just part of living in a mortal body in a fallen world among flawed, imperfect people, of which we're in that group, right? So what do you do when you're in the midst of a storm? I'm thinking of Jesus asleep in the boat. They're rowing their boat across the Sea of Galilee, which was 8 miles wide and 13 miles long, and up kicks this storm. Jesus is, just exhausted, sleeping, and I think it was Peter that wakes him up and said, Master, don't you care that we're about to drown? It's like, have you ever been there where you think, God, do you even care what I'm going through? Don't you see the crisis that I'm in, the chaos of my life? This thing is it's imploding. I'm having a meltdown in my marriage or my money or my health or my kids gone prodigal or just something stupid's going on in the economy or the government. It's like, Jesus, don't you even care? Well, we know the answer to that. Of course he cares. In fact, there's two things I want you to remember when you're in the middle of a storm. Number one is, look, Peter was in the presence of God. God was present in the boat. He was there on scene, right there with, these disciples that were freaking out, man. They thought they were going to drown. But the presence of the Lord makes the difference. And the Bible talks about this. Psalm 23, even though we go through the valley of the shadow of death, he said, I am with you, my rod and my staff that comfort you. He said in Hebrews 13:5, I'll never leave you nor forsake you, and so many other places that God says, I'm with you, okay? The second thing we need to remember, not only is he present, but there's purpose in the storm. God never wastes a crisis. There's purpose in that thing. What you're going through, did you ever stop to think that you may be going through what you're going through to help somebody get through what you got through? Think about it. Just chew on that for a minute. God didn't bring you this far to dump you, okay? This isn't the straw that broke the camel's back, what you're facing. I know it's hard. I know it's scary. Hey, I'm living there myself right now, and I feel like I'm in a season of running an ultra marathon through Death Valley. I've been telling my friends that. But here's the good news. I have the presence of the Lord with me. He's my running partner. And you know what? There's purpose in this thing. I'm getting stronger as I'm running through this Death Valley, metaphorically speaking, marathon, ultra marathon. It's been a long time. And I've been in this place. It's been hard. And maybe you're there too. So, all right, God's presence, God's purpose, right there in the midst of the storm. Don't lose sight of that. And Jesus said, we're going to go to the other side. Guess what? We're going to go to the other side. Okay? All right, well, I hope that encourages you a little bit. For now, I'm David, your virtual mentor, reminding you that I'm always for you. I'm never against you. I'll see you next video.